Guys, before the game, Frank told us that you guys will continue to be challenged, especially after nights like the loss to Sacramento. How do you think, on the whole, you responded? Obviously, things late kind of went the way they did, but up to that, how did you feel about the response, and are you encouraged at all by some of the stuff that you saw?
Yeah. I said we got a great group of guys. We got a good team. It showed tonight. Late in the game, ton of miscues, defensively on our end. But, for the most part, we played a hell of a game on both ends of the ball. That sack game kind of lingered with us for a couple of days, giving that game away. But we do see him in a couple of days, Tuesday, so we can get that payback. But like I said, last game, we have a team to be able to run off several games in a row. And we got to do it starting defensively, and I think we did a good job defensively tonight, kind of getting this kickstart to our winning streak.
I got one for both of you. Anthony, you were having success at the hoop tonight and also away. In your jump shot hasn't been as reliable as it's been in the past this year. What was working for you with that balance between inside and outside?
Shooting. Just confidence, staying with it. Long season. I'm going to continue to shoot the ball from three, whether it go in or not. I think that opens up the floor for my teammates, for Brian, Russ, Taylor, to get downhill. And it opens it up for me to get to the paint, guys running out, closing out to the three. But just trying to be effective at all three levels of the floor. It was going for me tonight.
And LeBron, there was a play late in the fourth where you took some contact by the rim. I want to know if you aggravated anything with the abdomen.
No, I'm all right. I'll be ready to go on Tuesday.
Just for the both of you, that third quarter rally, you guys 16-0, the longest unanswered scoring run of the season. What do you kind of see as sort of the key to kind of unlocking that aspect of the team, especially in the transition game, and how do you see being able to string more of those runs together?
It just starts on the defensive end, and in the third quarter we got defensive stops. We rebounded, and we was able to get out in the transition. We shared the ball. We got the ball moving from side to side, and we just played with great pace. So those are pretty good ingredients to us having a good third quarter. And coming to the night, we won 5 of our last 8 third quarters, so that make it 6 out of 9. And hopefully, we're going to continue that trend.
LeBron, this is a team that's still trying to find their rhythm, continuity. You got a lot of guys moving in, and you still a couple players you still haven't played with yet. As far as the challenge, I remember a couple of years ago you talked about, I can't remember what team, but you talked about how that was the biggest challenge, if you remember whatever season that was. Where does this rank right now as far as the challenges, everything's going into the season?
It ranks right at the top with any other challenge I've had in my career, which actually brings out the best of me, and I love that. I love trying to, figure out, how we can be better, get through the mud or get through adversity and, just make it sweeter on the back end. So, I feel like, we haven't even scratched the surface on what team we can be. And we're going to continue to get better and better as we continue to learn each other more and more, continue to work into our system offensively and defensively. Like I said, in preseason and training camp and everything, we have 9 new guys coming into a system they haven't been in. And, so that it takes time. And, and obviously you hate losses. We don't want to lose. We get frustrated. We was, mad as heck the other night after that, that sack loss. And, we made it a point to come in, today, very focused on the game plan, and learning from our mistakes, and we got better. So, right there lets me know that we're a team that cares and we're a team that wants to continue to get better throughout it all.
We'll do Mike, and then we'll do George Richard on Zoom. starting with AD, and then if LeBron wanted to weigh in, but Frank had mentioned wanting to find some minutes for Austin or maybe even get some guards some extra minutes. So tonight just played the one big. How does that, if at all, impact you and LeBron defensively, and how often you might be playing center? Is that something that we make a lot of, or does it make a big difference for you?
When I'm at the 5 and LB's at the 4, we can switch all over the floor. All pick and rolls, pin downs, whatever. We just switch it. When we have another big out there, we usually just do 4 or 5s. But it worked good for us tonight. I mean, DJ with his vertical spacing, rim protection. I think my role just changed a little bit. If I'm at the 4, I'm at the 5. I think my 2 threes came when DJ was at the 5 because I play on the perimeter and let him be down there. We don't want 2 bigs, hogging the paint when, these guys are attacking. And when I'm at the 5, then that's usually, me and DJ's spot. And Melo is usually the other guy out there who's spacing the floor. So it all depends on, what we're looking for. I think both has helped us win games this year. And, it's up to coach to decide what he wants to continue to go with.
Last question, Jordan on Zoom.
I wanted to ask you guys both about the passing of Virgil. And when he went to the basketball coaches, well, just wanted to get your thoughts about, what you've been at and probably a different comparison as well.
I mean, first of all, our condolences goes out to his family and friends. That's most important. May he rest in paradise. Second of all, I think for a black community to see someone like that, for our younger generation and the kids that look up to guys like all of us, to see a guy like Virgil break the barrier, to be able to go from where he started to being able to work for, Louis Vuitton and Nike and all these unbelievable companies, as a black man, it just does so much for our youth. 2 kids that grew up in the inner city, and myself and AD, you just don't know what it can do to the younger generation, and obviously, a lot of people look at us as inspiration, but we know the statistics on guys getting to the NBA is very low. But I think, when you look at, designers and musicians and artists and things of that nature, Virgil, his impact on, not only kids that's growing up right now, but just our generation, my generation, 80s generation, and so on and so on. Just big time impact. And, what he brought to the table, his flair, his style, his swag, you see on the feet of a lot of people, and on the bodies of a lot of people, on the heads of a lot of people, wearing hats and clothing and socks and shoes and things of that nature. So, a guy like that's legacy will live on. So I'm just proud to be a part of that legacy.
No, yeah, for sure. And to piggyback on that, just being from Chicago, how much he's done for the city, how much we've, when All-Star Chicago, me and him did a thing together as well. But like Bron said, just touching so many lives, especially the black community of, his art, it's probably one of the first times we've seen something like that the black community just gravitated to so quickly. Not just the black community, everyone, everyone gravitated to. I mean, he's, was phenomenal talent in what he did and what he's done with his art, and to do it throughout the world with his clothing and, like Bron said, you see it on everybody. I wore a whole Louis Vuitton collection today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, he just brought so much, positivity to the world, man. It just sucks, and to think about it, like same thing with Chadwick Boseman, like, these guys able to, it was so low key, and, I didn't really know about it, but you can see it in his appearance, the change, but, to be able to, go through, what he was going through and still try to work and put out, work for the community, man, it's unreal, and just shows the type of guy he was. So, man, like you said, may he rest in peace, and, condolences to his family for sure.